Some men live loud, others live long. Lloyd McNeil has done both, and now he's doing something few men ever truly get to do: leave on his own terms. In Lloyd McNeil's Last Ride, Will Leitch crafts a story soaked in twilight. It's about the ache of memory, the fragility of legacy, and the dignity of deciding when your story ends. This is not a novel about dying. It's a novel about riding one last time into something sacred, uncertain, and true. Lloyd McNeil is 78 years old. Once a legendary rodeo rider, now just a name half remembered in dusty arenas and on aging VHS tapes. He lives alone in a small farmhouse in rural Georgia with only his dog, Bowie, and a chest full of trophies he never shows to anyone. His joints ache, his eyesight is fading, but there is one thing Lloyd is sure of. He is not waiting for the end to find him. He's going to meet it head-on. The novel opens with Lloyd receiving a letter, not from a family member, not a bill, but from the Hall of Fame. They want to induct him. At first, he laughs. Then he burns it. Because that's not the ride he wants. Legacy in someone else's hands doesn't interest him. What he wants is a goodbye that belongs only to him. And so, with an old saddle, a battered trailer, and his faithful border collie Bowie, Lloyd begins his last ride across the Deep South, through the towns and rodeo circuits that once carried his name. He's not chasing glory. He's chasing memory, redemption. One more sunrise on a back road, one more moment where he feels like himself. As he drives, the story opens up in fragments, flashbacks, phone calls, gas station conversations, motel nights spent under flickering lights. We learn about the love he lost, a woman named June who never married him, but never truly left his heart. We learn about the son he abandoned and the friend he failed. We learn that the man the world saw, the cowboy, the risk-taker, the myth, was only part of the story. And always, there is Bowie, quiet, attentive, the only one who's seen Lloyd at his best and worst. Their bond is wordless but deep. When Lloyd speaks, Bowie listens. When Lloyd weeps, Bowie stays close. As Lloyd gets sicker, weaker, the dog becomes his anchor. In one chapter, Lloyd breaks down while watching Bowie chase a squirrel and says, "You're gonna outlive me, old boy, and I hope you don't notice when I go." The novel pulses with themes of wilderness and quiet migration. Lloyd moves not just through space, but through versions of himself, through the ghosts of who he was. There's a scene in Tennessee where Lloyd spends a night camped near a herd of wild horses. In the early morning fog, he watches them gallop, free, silent, uncatchable, and he says to Bowie, "That's what I was chasing all along, not the trophy, the freedom." Will Leitch writes with restraint and reverence. His prose is unadorned but emotionally potent. He lets silence say what dialogue can't. He lets nature speak. Wind in the cotton fields, dust rising behind the truck, the soft thud of hooves on distant hills. Every detail lingers like the last note of a fading song. As Lloyd gets closer to his destination, one final rodeo in Oklahoma, he begins to allow small moments of connection. A teenage girl working at a diner who asks him about his belt buckle, an old rival who forgives him without asking why. A voicemail from the son he never got to know simply saying, "I hope the sky's good wherever you are." And then, there is the ride. It's not televised. It's not official. It's not even legal. Just a dusk-lit arena, an old bull who's past his prime, and Lloyd McNeil, braced, shaking, smiling. For 10 seconds, the years fall away. His body remembers. His soul lets go. He falls hard. He doesn't get up. But that was always the plan. Lloyd McNeil's Last Ride is not about death. It's about intention, about claiming your story, about leaving the world like you lived in it, on fire, full-hearted and honest. The novel ends not in mourning, but in stillness. Bowie curled beside the old saddle, a cassette tape playing Willie Nelson from the truck's stereo, a letter never mailed, tucked into the glove box. If you're reading this, it means I made it. Don't be sad. I was always riding toward this. Book Frame. Subscribe for more book-powered storytelling. Lloyd McNeil's Last Ride by Will Leitch. Available now.